Okay, here. This kid's Justin Bieber. Little redheaded fuck. I hate this kid. Because he represents everything that's wrong with the younger generations. Um, oh, look at me. I'm wonderful. Yeah, 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 whatever. Um, this kid recently got in a fight with a paparazzi, and he took off his shoe, and it was a purple shoe, and he was holding it. They're saying, oh, why is he holding a purple shoe? Whatever. Well, we know what purple is. However, today they showed some fans, and they were chasing them on water skis and speedboats and whatever. But the way the video is shot is extremely weird, but it's very important that you understand, I think, what we're seeing here. There was a story 2 days ago that leads up to this story, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this guy's name's Lamont or something, LeVar Burton. Supposedly he crashed into a cop or whatever. But the fact he's got this T-shirt on, okay, and it says the Reading Rainbow. Now look at the sign over here. It says simple, okay. The Reading Rainbow. I'm gonna explain to you here this rainbow. Yeah, it's a Saturn thing. I want to show you something else. So this story was about him crashing into a police officer, and he's standing there making sure that everybody gets to see this particular T-shirt. And it was also the focal point of the story by TMZ, Tammuz TV. They made sure that they pointed that out. Okay, so now when we look at this, here's TMZ, and they say Justin Bieber, international man of chaos. Okay? International man of chaos. So the word that they chose is chaos. Here we have TMZ live, but you also spell live the same way, don't you? So we have TMZ lives. That's Tammuz. We have chaos. Now I'm going to show you the video, the way that this is shot. That was on Fox News today. Fox Kabbalistic TV. So let's take a look at that.
Whatever you want to criminate. Okay, you know what we need to do from here on out? Yes, Michelangelo's on the boat.
Okay, you see this? You see how this is all rainbow colored? Go back and watch the video again, how it keeps changing colors. The rainbow, in Kabbalah or these meditative things that they go into, I don't know, I've never done it, never even attempted to. When the right half of the brain connects with the left half of the brain, it's a fire, okay? This symbolizes the connecting of the two parts of the brain, because we're taught primarily to think with the left side of our brain. Some of us are more right brain, which is the esoteric side of your brain. Most people are left brain, which is the materialistic side of your brain. Some of us are more balanced in the middle, but this is representing a connection between two. If we go back and you look at the Axe body spray commercials, it shows complete chaos, but it shows men and women kissing and being romantic. It's because this is based on a sexual act. Okay, out of chaos, order out of chaos. Sex is a violent act. Okay, that's why sex and violence are always in the movies together. They originate from the same part of your brain, which is at the base of the brain. Okay, which is also known as the reptilian part of the brain. Okay, it's also funny that Al-Qaeda, the word translated means the base. So what are we talking about here? What's going on in somebody's head? I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is that the Axe commercials, which is showing a sexually based commercial with chaos, because sex is a violent act. It may be pleasurable, but it's a violent act nonetheless, and it's considered as such. There's something going on here, and the distractions that you're seeing in the world today are to keep you from paying attention to something. And so the chaos is to keep you from looking or paying attention to something. And I'm assuming to stop this natural or this connection with God. Like I said, this is a Kabbalistic thing. I don't do that, but I understand when they're talking about the rainbow inside the head and the fire. When those two meet and they're joined, there's an electrical storm. This rainbow, that's what's being said here. Let me go to another point here. Okay, then today I went and I looked at, on AOL just by accident. Looky here, what do we have? We got the purple owl with the left eye closed. Now, why is the left eye important? Because the way that your eyes are situated, remember the video I did on the brain? The left eye goes straight back, but it also goes off to the right side of the brain. The right eye goes straight back, and then that goes off to the left side of the brain. If you were looking at a schematic from the top, you would wind up getting an Xbox because it goes straight and then it goes in an angle, and then the other one goes straight back and goes in an angle. So, what are they trying to tell you here? Okay, what's going on here? Because this is done deliberately. Okay, we all know what purple is, but now we all know that the left eye goes to the right side of the brain, which is the esoteric part of the brain. Okay? Now, there's something going on here. The reason for the confusion is being done. It's also almost like an alchemic process. In other words, people are going to have to choose between the spiritual and the material. If you choose to stay with the material, then you're going to fall into this whole chaotic thing that's going on. And that's what they're basically trying to separate people, I think. That the chaos that's being thrown at people is to get them to stick to the material side of it. To people that understand the esoteric side of it, they're saying, well, okay, it looks chaotic, but it's going right along with plan with what they're trying to do. So basically, it's like if you put wheat in a sifter and you shift it back and forth, the bullshit is the stuff that falls through the holes, right? Which is the chaff. The wheat itself, the kernel stays within the shaker, and that's the stuff that you want. So what's basically going on is it's being shaken. And somehow all of this, this is the year of the Leviathan, or the year of the serpent. The serpent is a man's penis, or a penis. That's what the serpent is. That's what the dragon represents. Because it's all based on sex. I'm going to give you another little thing that most people will never, ever, ever know. When you look at clothing, and you look at lapels on a jacket, or a tuxedo, or just a regular shirt, understand that that's a woman's vagina. It represents the birth of man. That's why your head's sticking out of it. Okay? And they sew it into the clothes because whether you like it or not, you are always sporting their symbology. It represents the woman's genitalia. And the reason that your head is sticking out is it represents the birth. That's why everything is either male genitalia or female. Because the birth represents creation. And if we have power over the creation, we have power over all things. The burning bush, the burning bush in the Old Testament is the woman's genitalia. Okay? There is a sexual act that's going on somewhere in a higher dimensional level that's causing all of this to go on, and it's filtering down to us. But we're seeing it manifested in a third dimensional element. But it's all order out of chaos. But when it's sex, there's always chaos first, and then after it's all done, everything calms down. There's something going on this level, and I'm not quite sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. Remember when I told you where it says, as it was in the days of Noah, so will it be in the coming of man? The word coming is a sexual reference to a man having an orgasm. Okay? So what happened then is happening now. It's the new man. I don't know what the new man is. I don't know. Maybe in the end all this works out for the best. But the bottom line is that, they're using sexual references. The woman being beguiled. She was beguiled by the man's schlong. And they became as gods because she became impregnated. And they became creators. And so ever since that happened, that's why everything is based around sex. This wasn't a literal serpent that was walking around talking to people. It was a man's dick. And the burning bush was a woman's genitalia. Okay, if you want to break it down into its most earthly forms, this is what's going on. What Soberly said. Satan told Eve, if you go ahead and do this, take a bite of the apple. In other words, if you fall victim to this, you'll be just like gods because now you'll be a creator. And anytime two men and a woman have a sexual act, they create another being. So I think the way this is being interpreted is a lot different than what most people believe.
Wise men say only fools rush in. falling in
Unleash the chaos. New Wax Anarchy. For him.
And for her.